In the movie John Wick, Viggo, who was the bad guy, instantly knew his son really messed up after finding out what he did to John Wick. When explaining to his son who John Wick is, one line caught my attention when Viggo was describing John Wick's reputation. Viggo said that John is a man of focus, commitment, and sheer effing will. It got me thinking, okay, whether it's sports, business, or in this case, being a killer assassin or whatever, you need those kind of attributes if you want to be the best at what you do. So in this video, here are some mental frameworks that helped me work towards being the best that I can be. So here's how to become so good people can't ignore you. Framework 1, always seek feedback no matter how painful. The fast track to producing quality work is always seeking feedback. People should be calling each other out when they do mediocre work because you need constructive criticism to learn and grow. I have a love-hate relationship with this because I used to take things personally all the time. I'm just like my dad. Like, my feelings didn't want to hear it at all, but I loved what it did to me because it angers me and I have this massive desire to prove that person wrong. From that comes a lot of energy to improve my craft, right? And do my craft better. If I don't have any consistent feedback, I can't do anything that good. You want people around you really who are going to give you as much honest feedback as possible. You want to give them honest feedback too, because that's a healthy relationship. So a quick way how to do this now, write an email to 8 to 10 people you know, either professionally or personally. Ask if they could take the time to email you back 3 areas of improvement and 3 of your strengths with some context to each. Man, when I did this, it was hard for me. I didn't want to hear it, but man, it was worth it. Trust me. This leads to framework number 2. Learn to love what you do with experience. Fall in love with the game. This was Michael Jordan's answer when asked what the secret is to becoming the best. You don't do what you love. Instead, you learn to love what you do by acquiring 3 things: mastery, autonomy, and relatedness. You see, basically, finding a passion first, then creating a career around it isn't often the best route. So how can you be happy at what you do? The answer lies in experience. When you have mastered something, it is more likely that you will become passionate about it. So there are 3 areas that you can look into. 1 is autonomy. This is the feeling that you have control over your day. 2 is competence. That's the feeling you are when you're good at what you do. And 3 is relatedness. This is the feeling of connection you have to other people, right? To achieve mastery, you don't need a passion, only the willingness to work hard to acquire the mastery. Framework 3. Do 1 or 2 things properly. Instead of doing many things half-heartedly, do 1 or 2 things properly. I love this graphic, right, as it explains so much. It shows how achieving quality results can be done by concentrating on fewer tasks with consistent effort. You're making significant progress in truly what matters rather than just small strides in many directions. It's not about doing more with less. Instead, it's about focusing on the right things, and this is how you can do it. 1, select fewer opportunities. You can't pursue everything. Trying to do too much leads to scattered efforts and poor outcomes. Concentrate your efforts in one direction for better results. This goes to number 2. Prioritize the essential. Determine your purpose before eliminating options. Focus on the key tasks. Make meaningful progress and make tough decisions on what to prioritize. And number 3 is obstacles. Clearing your obstacles. Identify what truly matters and remove those or any barriers. Number 4, elimination over addition. Cool fact, Steve Jobs lived in an empty house, right? His minimal lifestyle was aimed at extreme focus and clarity. He only had like a chest of drawers, a mattress, a folding table, and folding chairs as well for guests. He believed in eliminating distractions to enhance productivity and decision making. Well, look, obviously, you don't have to go as extreme as Jobs, but instead, you can use this as inspiration to do the small things, right? Like simplify your workstation, have a minimal desk setup, no clutter, organized desktop on your computer. Gosh, some people's desktops are so messy, filled with like screenshots and folders. Limit your browser to like 4 tabs. Again, I've seen so many people with so many tabs open. I kind of do wonder how they can get any kind of work done. So basically, to sum up this framework, I remove anything that clogs or clutters my mind. Remove things from your environment that lead to decision fatigue, because the more things in your environment, the more decisions, the fewer quality decisions. This means you're going to be less productive and less efficient. You want to focus and channel your energy as much as you can into your actual work, leading to higher quality outputs, which actually compounds over time. Lastly, framework 5, your inputs affect your outputs. Recently, I watched a chef documentary. It compared the bad chefs to the best ones. I actually thought the best chefs were best at their preparation, various methods and tactics. Surprisingly, the documentary showed me that the top chefs were the best because they were the best at sourcing the best ingredients. Simply put, really, ingredients, which are inputs, then chef, then meal. The meal is the outputs. This pretty much means that the quality of what you start with affects the final result. Like what they say in the tech world, garbage in, garbage out. To kill it in your craft, focus on high quality inputs to get the best results. Small examples can be lessons learnt from projects, challenges, and your experience. Another example can be mentors or books, courses, your network and relationships. This is a pretty straightforward one, but it is really important. To recap, the 5 things are: 1, always seek feedback, no matter how painful. 2, learn to love what you do with experience. 3, do 1 or 2 things properly over many things at once. 4, eliminate over addition. 5, your inputs affect your outputs. A good book I would suggest from this video is So Good They Can't Ignore You from Cal Newport. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, here's another video that I think you would find insightful.